Have you always wanted to visit Dry Lake up in the San Gorgonio wilderness, but you haven't quite made it there yet? Then stick with us through our trials and tribulations as we head on up South Fork Trail up to Lodgepole Springs. Here we go. It's 6 a.m. and we are winding our way up Highway 38. The sun is just coming up, and look who we found. We just love the look of surprise on her cute face.
Turn right on Jinx Lake Road and head 2 miles to the South Fork Trailhead.
Hello, I'm Kat.
Hey, and it's Kev.
And we're your Wilderness Wanderers, and today we are at South Fork Trail and we are heading up to Dry Lake.
That's right.
So, let's go.
Here we go.
This trail starts out at 6,800 feet. We wanted to give you fair warning that the first few hundred yards of this trail are ridiculously steep because they had to redirect the opening of the trail due to the fire. As you can see though, it levels out. Our first stop is going to be at Horse Meadows, 1.5 miles in and 800 feet gain in elevation. About 1.5 miles in on the South Fork Trail, and we have made it to Horse Meadows. Horse Meadows was the original horse corral for the Barton Ranch. The Barton Ranch was where hikers who summited San Gorgonio began. They would actually start at Forest Home on a mule train. This is kind of where they would make camp. Old cabins here. It is a historic site. Sadly, when you come up here, it doesn't actually tell you anything about it, but you can research it.
This meadow is one of the most beautiful places on this hike.
Kev wanted to make sure that he didn't blend in with the background like he has on other videos. He's a little hard to spot, but if you look real closely, you might see the lesser spotted Kevin, who generally wears greys and greens on the trail and therefore cannot be seen in videos. This roadway was once a public highway that would bring you all the way up here, and you could drive all the way to Poop Out Hill. You can no longer do that, but they do still use it as a service road. Once you cross this service road, you begin your ascent up through the switchbacks. As you can see, you are walking through low brush, pretty flowers, but however, it is full sun. So make sure you have your wide brimmed hat, and as always, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. As you can see though, we are again walking through the burn area. It's just such a sad sight, but we have seen many saplings, so that's good.
Here we are at the edge of the wilderness. 2.15 miles.
Just before you reach the sign for the San Gorgonio Wilderness, you can take a left. There is a trail. Now, when we were here on this trip, the trail was not very well marked. It is the trail up to Poop Out Hill. It is on the wilderness maps. Once you get up to the top, this is the amazing view you get. Great view of Mount San Gorgonio. This is Poop Out Hill. We have been in the just San Bernardino National Forest area up to this point, and there is Old Greyback, as they call her, or Sanji, and just taking a bit of a break. We break about every hour, and then we will get going again.
You stop here to take a look at this draw. Looks like it's been made by an avalanche, which is awesome.
If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and hit that like button. So bad news. weeks ago, we summited San G with our overnight packs, our big packs, and slept at the summit. And on the way down, I injured my rhomboid. And sadly, I am in agony, currently lying on the floor. I think we're gonna probably make our way to camp because that's less miles than going back. We're 4 miles in, 2 miles to camp. So, pissed off, to be honest. But I've taken some pain medication, hopefully that I can at least get to Dry Lake. I took pain pills and we rested. I even fell asleep. So, packs back on. Let's hope that we can make it to Dry Lake and continue our weekend. But we are just leaving South Fork and on our way up what I believe are pretty treacherous switchbacks. Is that right, Mr. Soto?
I don't know. It's been a while since I've been up this way.
We shall see. They say this is the Valley of 1,000 Springs. It's a nickname given to South Fork Meadows. I think this is the 5th crossing we've done over the water. Hopefully Cat doesn't fall in whilst filming, because that would just be hilarious. Come on over. I don't know what he was waiting for. Probably to pick me up. Pain meds have kicked in, feeling a lot better. I'm gonna head up this area here. These are the switchbacks we've been told about. And look at these flowers, oh my goodness. When you leave South Fork Meadows, you also leave the South Fork Trail. Now we're on Dry Lake Trail. It's 1.8 miles from here and approximately 800 feet gain in elevation. We honestly didn't find these switchbacks too bad. We are halfway up these switchbacks. As you can see, we are very much in the thick of the burn area, but if I pan just this way a little, you will be able to see that the lake fire jumped. So you see there's an entire patch of forest there, thankfully, that didn't burn. Kev's coming up this draw. We're on the final push, deep in the draw, and I'm assured it's not much further than this. Just a few short steps and I believe we'll be at the lake. Not surprisingly, this is called Dry Lake because 90% of the time it's dry. However, we have had a couple of great winters with lots of rain. As you can see, you can go right here, the Trail Flat Camp and San G Summit, or left to the Dry Lake camps, which is where we're going. Let's go see if we can find the springs. We set up the camp. Kev got a new tent. It was interesting putting that up. Here it is, Lodgepole Springs. I got myself a Life Straw collapsible bottle. So much easier for me to squeeze into my bladder, much easier for me to carry and store. I filled up my Life Straw and another bottle, and Kev is just filling up his gallon bag. We'll go back to the camp and I'll give you a guide of look at Kevin's new tent. He has an REI Flash Air 1 single person tent, and it is it's pretty cool. I think it looks a little odd, but it only comes with one pole. This pole right here, which can be swapped out for your actual hiking pole. So really, you don't even need to bring poles for this. He also got a new sleeping bag. It's a Nemo for side sleepers, so it's wider at the top. It's still a 3-season mummy bag. So here it is. It's his new one-person tent. He has been cowboy camping just out in the open, but this allows him to kind of feel like he's out in the open, but still have a tent around him.
So there you have it, our trip to Dry Lake. This is just part 1 of our weekend's adventure. We cannot wait to share part 2 with you when we show you the mystery history at 10,000 feet on the side of Mount San Gorgonio. Don't forget to follow us on social media, hit that subscribe button, and that bell. From Cat and Kev, your wilderness wanderers, we'll see you on the trails.